And first ever Chinese champion Zhang Weili puts her strawweight title on the line against former champ Joanna Jędrzejczyk. UFC 248, Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Buy it on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
You here for the underdogs or the top dogs? The rips or the kicks? The king?
We're about to see angry LeBron.
Or the new king?
Zion could be the #1 pop star in the world.
AD, KD, CP3, or PG-13. From the full 48 to the highlight reel and everything in between. We've got it all this season.
Pacers, Bucks at 7 Eastern. Pelicans, Mavs at 9:30. Tomorrow on ESPN. Presented by State Farm. Ball for all.
This is ESPN Radio 102.7 at 1450 WWKU Plum Springs and W247BQ Bowling Green. ESPN Radio 102.7.
The luxury imports of Bowling Green, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Sports Webb. With your host, Brian Webb. Also starring Danny the Limb Hartung, MLB Insider, brought to you by First Step Orthotics on the Bypass. WKU Sports Analysis presented by Bowling Green Refrigeration, Heating, and Cooling. Also made possible by Poston Electronics. The one and only Vegas Prank Against the Odds presented by JBK Network Consulting. Then free golf tips with WKU women's golf coach in Gary on the Green. From Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill, your Green Egg headquarters. Spotlighting high school athletics with the Culver's Butterburgers Player of the Week. The Coach's Pick with Damon Tabor with plaques from Oak Tree Awards. And all guests via the Linex of Bowling Green hotline. And now your host of the Sports Web. Here's Brian Webb.
Panama it was, about 93 to 97. Holy cow, probably still on a bulletin board down there somewhere. It's going to be a great show tonight. The Limb in the house.
What's up, boys?
What's going on with you, bud?
Hey, living the dream.
Yeah, you going to have a big baseball
man, and we got to get together, Case, because we got a mock draft 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Let's do it, man.
All
I'm
right.
always ready.
And
ready.
Then we'll get you signed up for whatever you want to get into.
Yeah.
So
fantasy baseball it up. Let's do it.
Dude.
I can't wait to see
my
how
time
this works
My
out.
time.
Yeah.
You get into the Limb territory.
I'm always ready.
It's a son of waiver.
Exactly.
But on top of that, we got a great show tonight. First of all, 4th Region basketball is going on. EA Diddle all week except for Sunday. Going to be jam-packed. A lot of fun. You can listen to that on 103.7 Nash Icon, 104 The Score if you're up in Glasgow. Other than that, great basketball. March Madness on the way. We'll be talking a lot about that. I got Mark Webster on. Great guy, WKU, getting ready to graduate. Casey, you know Mark.
Oh, yeah. Excellent guy.
Super guy.
Love Mark.
Can't wait to hook up with him. Vegas Frank's out tonight, so he's filling in there for that one. And then we got Gary on the Green, talk a little golf. They were out at Old Stone Saturday. Recap that. Lady Tops took on the Cardinals. Other than that, we've got Coach's Pick. Big one, his last regular season. My Culver's High School Basketball Player of the Week goes up to Allen County, Scottsville, where this guy I'm getting ready to introduce is from. And we went up and saw Mason Shirley, who has just been on a tear of late, knocking it down, had 25 against Glasgow, 30 against Barron County during the district championship game. Great stuff. I love it. But right now I'm going to bring him in. Cry-Like Executive Realty's own Kurt Tinsley. He was there for me during football season. I hope we get him back again this year. Had a great time with him. But we've had him on his second time or third coming in. And he's going to talk a little Preds. And, Danny, from what I hear, you guys were both at the same Preds game.
Mercy. It was fun. What a great game. Calgary came in tough, but they were it was, and I even stayed to the end, and I never do that. But no, what a great game. Went overtime 4-3. They just made Preds are now in the play. We're in the playoffs as of, was it Saturday? The previous Saturday or Monday?
The previous Saturday.
Yeah.
So we're second right now in the wild card. If we had won and beat the Avalanche,
I know.
First, so
kind of a letdown after that big win on Thursday.
Big letdown. However, they played a lot better against Colorado this time than they did last time. I think they beat us 9-4 the first time that we played them. So that means the Predators have improved.
3-2 is much better, but
Colorado's got a great team this year.
They do.
Great, absolutely.
They're second in the division, correct? In the West.
Yes,
yeah.
And the West probably. I think is as strong as any conference there is right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you look at the win loss and the win loss and all of them. They're all up there, well within the 40s. I mean, high 30s and low 40s, and that's crazy for this time of year as far as win loss.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at the playoff race right now. This Western Conference wild card. I mean, you got 5 teams right here within 3 points of each other for that wild card. You got the Canucks, the Predators, the Jets, the Coyotes, and the Wild, all within 3 points of each other for a wild card.
It's going to get ugly toward the end of the year. It'll be fun, yeah. And this is the best time of year to start. If you're not a hockey fan and you want to start watching something that's going to really tear you off your seat, start watching.
Now's the time.
Now's the time, yes.
Definitely the time, because this is fun.
It goes into a different gear.
And they get chippy.
Right.
So if you like fighting with the hockey thing, they will get a little bit push and shove to, especially a little extracurricular activity after everything's gone. But it's all good.
I want to know, guys, what's kind of your all's thoughts right now with this Predators team? Do you think they can make a run at the Cup this year, and do you think they're a solid playoff team?
I had my doubts earlier, but they're playing a lot more as a team now. I wouldn't say just because of the new coach,
right?
But they changed up lines a little bit, and the newer lines they played a little bit more cohesive together. As far as I go, Peke's playing great. I mean, Saros is not terrible, but he has his moments of sunshine, and then he's got his dark, cloudy days. But I think Pekka's playing good. But I think that, to me, the change up of some of the lines really helped too, as far as with the new coaching system. So.
Right.
I'm hoping that they just they squeak in, and hopefully Dallas and Colorado will have to play each other in the first round. We'll draw St. Louis, who is the defending Stanley Cup champion.
Yep.
We've already beat them every time we faced them this year, so I think we may have their number. But Dallas is I did go to the Winter Classic
this
year.
Oh, wow.
Cotton Bowl, pretty awesome.
Pretty fun looking.
Too many people. You couldn't move. They ran out of refreshments pretty quick, but the crowds were just phenomenal. Great game. Got up 2, and then Dallas just seems to have our number. We just don't match up well with them.
My son wanted to go, but he's going to Italy instead for spring break. So I said, you choose one or the other. So instead, he got the Duchesne jersey.
Wow!
With the Winter Classic, and that was a good Christmas present for him, and he dug it. So
I keep waiting for Duchesne to really turn on. I think he's right there at the edge. Could just have a breakout game, but. I was at the game where Smith got the hat trick.
Oh, cool.
Which was pretty awesome.
Sweet, man.
But tonight they play Edmonton.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, Edmonton, great team. Draisaitl and
Connor
McDavid, one of the fastest skaters in the NHL. They have beat us twice this year. So hopefully
They're fast.
Pekka's going to be in the net tonight. He's had the flu, so he's been out the last
Terrific.
5 games.
I'd love to hear
so
it.
hopefully that'll...
but that's cool. McDavid is those guys are so fast. They fly the floor like mice. You hate seeing it, but they are. They're that good.
You just have to give their due. I mean, they are great players.
But it should be a lot. That's 7 o'clock or 6 tonight.
It is at 7.
7, cool. We'll tune in for that one if you want to watch some good fast hockey tonight.
But the next month we'll tell the tape because we've got plenty of division games coming up. We've got Dallas coming up. I'm going to that game on Thursday, and then they play Dallas Saturday again down there in Dallas.
I love the Thursday Saturday games. It seems like they're more fun than the. Say the Monday or the Wednesday games, but when it comes to Thursday and Saturday, it seems like they battle harder for some reason, like they're ready for the weekend or something. Tearing it up, man.
So really, Winnipeg, they could come on here,
Jets.
And it's really anybody's second or third wild card to get into right now, depending on how the games go. So every game is crucial.
I mean, even the Blackhawks, they're about 4 or 5 points behind. They could still maybe make a run, but it's really tight right there.
Just never know. But I like the analogy of Dallas and Colorado beating each other's brains out and just leaving them weak.
That's what I'm thinking will happen. And
hopefully
I
that happens.
That will happen so that at least we can make it the second round, and who knows if we make it the second round.
Never know, man.
Never know.
That's the beauty of hockey, because it's whoever gets hot It's the same way in football, but it's a lot of fun.
The Preds squeaked in last time.
Yep.
Just barely got in, the last team in.
Yep.
And came back and swept the Blackhawks. They were the number one team in the NHL.
Yep.
Swept them.
Didn't care.
Who knows? That's playoff hockey, do you think?
That is. It's damn good
Same thing as last season. I mean, last season, Tampa Bay Lightning, best record in history in the NHL.
Lose the first round.
Columbus Blue Jackets come in and sweep them. I mean, especially the last couple of years, I'm loving the parity that there's been in hockey. You know, we had a few years there where the Blackhawks were running off a few championships, a couple of decades. But now it's been pretty wide open. And like you mentioned, the St. Louis Blues, I think that was a nice way to bring them home a Stanley Cup because just, to change it up a little bit. Have a different team up there,
What, was it 50 years for the Blues, was it?
Yeah, it had been at least 40 or 50 years.
Yeah. Wow, that's terrific. I know I got a friend of mine, he's up in St. Louis, and he was quite happy with that one. But
and they were last place until the coach had changed.
Right.
Is that here?
Yeah,
and then they came right on and hit. So,
that's
I didn't know. I felt really, go to a lot of games, but it's not like David Poole to get rid of a coach mid-season, of course, and everybody's freaking out. But, the new coaches put in a lot of different lines, like you said, and switched them up. And it seemed like Laviolette, he wanted to switch lines every game and keep everybody to work. And when something worked, he wanted to switch again just in case that worked. Let's see if this works better, and it worked worse. So I've been pretty impressed with the coach so far.
Yeah,
and Granlund definitely has come out of his shell and lived up, from the trade from last year for Fiala. Fiala's playing great in Minnesota. But
Granlund played great Thursday night, man. He had a super game then.
He's working good in that system, and Granlund is finally working well in our system. It looks like the trade was worth it.
Good deal, yeah. And I love Fiala. I was kind of sad to see him go, but what they got for him, Granlund played, like I said, played really well Thursday, and he is fitting well into our system. But like you said. Playoff hockey is a whole different animal when it comes to regular season, man, because you get hot and you're going to roll. So.
There's also been some great deals on tickets lately on StubHub and through Ticketmaster. In the upper levels, I've seen tickets on there as cheap as $25, $30.
Wow.
If you've never seen a hocky game,
go.
Get out to Bridgestone.
Believe me.
Go to Bridgestone and check it out.
You will not be. You will not be disappointed.
No, of course not.
Because they are so much fun. Even win, lose, or draw. It's still a lot of fun.
The athleticism of these guys is just unbelievable.
And the crowd's such a blast.
And remember, they're doing it on skates at 25 miles an hour.
And they do not have shoes on, folks. But no, it's a blast.
I'll tell you what, guys, this is a great time of year right now. We got playoff hockey coming up. We got March Madness just now starting. We're now in the month of March. March 2nd, can you believe it? March came so quick. I mean, February seems like it flew by. Am I right?
I'm driving by people's houses, and their lawns need mowing already.
Right, I'm telling you.
And, I got up this morning, and I didn't go to work since last Thursday, but it seemed lighter because I know Daylight Savings Time starts Sunday.
Right. That's exactly right.
It's never been this light when I go to work. It doesn't happen in 48 hours, but it's March, man. It's cool. Baseball is spring training's under full siege right now. People are getting hurt just like normal, and it's getting to be a lot of fun, man. And not that people are getting hurt, but
right, of course.
You're going to start doing your X's and O's and seeing who's going to come in and compete this year. Right now, I've already got my teams are going to be competing are the ones that are not going to compete this year.
Right.
And I'm going to make some surprise shots next week on on Tuesday because you're going to be very, very humbled.
Surprised. Well, I'll tell you what, we got some March Madness brewing here. We got Selection Sunday coming up next Sunday. That's coming up quick. And it's getting down to the nitty-gritty in college basketball. WKU lost to North Texas this past weekend. Tough defeat for them. We hope they make a run in the CUSA tournament. That's coming up quick. But, some other notable teams. Duke dropped 5. They're down to number 12 now. UK up to number 6. Kansas stays at number 1. Baylor drops down to number 4.
What'd Creighton go to? They got slammed by 20.
Just one. They just dropped one.
To 11.
Just to 11.
They've been playing well. St. John's threw 14 threes on them. on Sunday, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, they got beat by 20, you know. They just went to number 10. And being from Omaha, Nebraska, being a Creighton Blue Jay fan all my life, you know, they made the top 10. That's been a dream of mine for a long time. And then they get smoked. But they got 2 good games left. They got to play Villanova yet, and they still could get the number 1 seed in the East. So.
It's been a wild season so far. And Kirk, what are you thinking about March Madness so far? You got any dark horses you think?
I was reading an article the other day about Kentucky, and they were like, "Can Kentucky make a number 1 seed? Can they be a number 1 seed if they?" the regular season SEC champs, and then win the tournament, and hopefully they'll be a number 1 seed. I'm sure if they're not, Calipari will be wanting someone's head examined. He will be very upset. But
I don't see how you could leave them out if they win out and win the tournament. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't be at least the number 1 in the South.
And I've been real impressed with Louisville this year.
They've had some good runs. They definitely have.
The Kentucky-Louisville game was incredible.
It was.
I have some for that. I always have. We're about half and half. Some friends, they come over and watch
cool.
it. But it's good timing with Western and Louisville and Kentucky. Those schools,
Sure. Keep you busy.
Definitely
keep you busy.
This time of year, there's a lot going on.
You got something to watch every night, basically. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I mean, Hilltoppers looking to get some big wins in that Conference USA tournament. Don't think there's any chance they might get an at-large bid. Not too good of a resume this year, but that tournament will be very tough. And, on the note of the Hilltoppers, Hilltopper baseball still holding strong.
I've been watching a little bit of that. That's been pretty strong.
Yeah, another series win this weekend, 2 out of 3 over USC Upstate. Yep. USC Upstate came in 7-1, batting over 300 as a team. And, I mean, they just took it to them. Scored 10 runs on Saturday, scored 17 runs on Sunday. And, I mean, that's just awesome right there. But let's get in this Major League Minute a little bit, Danny.
Right,
time for the Major League Minute. Danny the Limb, Hartung, Casey at the bat right here with you. So what do we got right now? What do we got going on, Danny?
Severino, if you're a Yankee fan, you lost Severino for the year. He had that good old Tommy John surgery, so he'll be back probably mid-June of 2021. Aaron Judge is hurt. Giancarlo Stanton's still injured. Starting time for them, who knows, opening day. But, you look at this year coming in for the Yankees and you're looking, all right, we're going to play the Dodgers in the World Series because they're both favored. And I could see it being healthy. But, the way I looked at the pitching staff for the Yankees, they're still strong. I mean, Severino's a huge loss, but they just picked up Garrett Cole and they have John Paxson and Tanaka, so they got a good starting 3, and their bullpen's still studs. But and then the thing that amazed me is looking at this new Dodgers. My gosh,
I know.
They sent people that would start on any team else in the whole of baseball. I mean, you got Rod Stripling, who they were going to trade to the Los Angeles Angels as their 7th in the rotation. If you were going to do a rotation-wise, he'd be a number 2 anywhere else. But, that's how deep these guys are. They stay healthy. They're going to be a 110-win team this year.
110 wins.
110.
So you think this this Dodgers team, you think this Dodgers team has the potential to maybe surpass the record for most wins in the season?
They could.
115. You think
absolutely? They could do that, but I would put them at 110 wins this season.
They certainly have the looks of it on paper.
Mercy.
But like you were mentioning, it's all about injuries, all about staying healthy. You got to keep that rotation healthy. You got to keep that bullpen in order. So
and keep those guys off the DL and the IL, or now, excuse me, it's the IL.
Right.
I keep saying the DL. Yeah. I'm one of them old guys, but I got my things whittled down, but next week I'm going to make my predictions, and then we're going to start doing a lot of baseball, buddy.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready for it. But, Kirk, hey, we're glad you came on the Sports Web with us today. Always good to have a new guest. Always good to have somebody mix it up a little bit, with some Preds talk
Love
today.
The mix-up.
Any final thoughts?
Preds. You bet. Go Preds.
Any final thoughts from you, Kirk, before we sign off here?
No, I just, like I said, once again, if you've never seen a hockey game. Right now, while you can get some tickets because they get really high if we do make the playoffs. Now's the time to go if you want to go see them.
Exactly. You make the playoffs. You got to have some. You got to have a little bit more scratch in your pocket to get that. But right now, you can get tickets, and if you like Kurt said, if you've not seen a game, go because you're going to really enjoy it.
That's right. That's right. Good stuff here on the Sports Web. Good stuff. We got Vegas Frank coming up with Mark Webster filling in for Vegas Frank this week. We got some good stuff coming up between him and Brian Webb. As always, Danny the Limb, Hartung, Casey at the bat, Kirk Tinsley with Cry Like Executive Realty, doing a great job as always today. We'll be back after this break. ESPN 102.7, 104.4. Yes, sir.
Culver's wouldn't be what it is today without the family farms that grow and produce the wholesome, delicious food we so proudly serve. From the cattle ranches of the Great Plains to the dairy farms of Wisconsin and south to Georgia's chicken country, it's important to us to make sure farm families across the nation clearly see how Culver's remains committed to sourcing the finest ingredients America's growers have to offer and how thankful we are for their hard work and dedication. Culver's, Scottsville Road in front of Greenwood High. Welcome to delicious.
When Poston Electronics opened in Bowling Green back in 1974, it sounded more like this.
Turn it up, man!
Now Poston is as legendary artists Southern Kentuckians pumped through the speakers they've bought there for the last 45 years. Poston is everything audio with top brands like JP Audio and Alpine. From home theaters, boats, motorcycles, side-by-sides, custom work, installation, service, or sales, Poston still has the sound. Turn it up, man. Poston Electronics, across from Firestone on Broadway Avenue.
JBK Network Consulting and Cisco Systems have long been partners in Hilltopper Country. We have served South Central Kentucky since 1992 and now serve customers throughout the Commonwealth and in 19 states. With the power of Cisco Systems, JBK Network Consulting offers a complete lineup of voice-over IP, wireless indoor and outdoor, and digital signage for both information and entertainment sales and services. Looking to expand or just want to start on rock-solid ground? Conveniently located in Bowling Green, JBK Network Consulting, where we are IP everything.
How much were your heating costs last winter? I'm sure too much. Mike Keith here to tell you how to heat your home for just $600 a year. Trust the experts at Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill to transform your old fireplace into a stunning source of heat with brand names such as Yodel, Fireplace Extraordinaire, Avalon, and Lopi, the Cadillac of fireplaces. Lopi's Cape Cod is the world's cleanest burning wood stove with unbelievable hybrid fire technology. Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill, just off the bridge on Old Louisville Road. BowlingGreenFireplace.com.
Not all spray-in is created equal. For example, spray-in honey.
Why are all these bees following me?
Or maybe spray-in tanning.
Hey, you missed a spot there on your face. Oh, that's bad.
See Line-X of Bowling Green for spray-in bed liners and Line-X truck gear. It's the next level of complete tough gear for your truck. B&W gooseneck hitches, toolboxes, step bars, and WeatherTech door mats. Gift cards now available. Easy, affordable, and rugged. Line-X. Check out more at linexofbowlinggreen.com.
Hi, this is Danny Hartung with First Step Prosthetics. Jeremy Harris and I would like to thank the people of Bowling Green and the surrounding areas for their support of the last 10 years. We are proud to announce that we have been celebrating over a decade of service to this community. We are going strong with the utmost care for our orthotic and prosthetic patients. We strive to provide the new and latest technology for the care of our patients and whatever their specific needs should be. Take the next step with us. Next Batteries Plus on the bypass, or visit us at firststepprosthetics.com.
Hello, Vegas. Give me $100 on red.
Stop! $200 in tips, please.
Are you a professional?
What's your bid, sir?
That.
It's a bust. Whoa! I am on fire.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
You're a winner!
Against the Odds with Vegas Frank is brought to you by JBK Network Consulting. JBK Network Consulting. We are IP everything. Working with complex organizations to achieve measurable business outcomes is what we do. Let Jim Grant and JBK Network Consulting go to work for you. Call 270-796-8935. Visit JBK Network Consulting at 1143 Fairway Place, Suite 105, and online at jbk.net.
Welcome back to the Sports Web. As you heard, Vegas Frank against the odds all the way from sunny Las Vegas, Nevada, usually on the Line-X hotline, but today I've got the one and only Mark Webster, sports extraordinaire, hails from Indiana. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Brian? Thank you for having me, man.
Oh,
really
dude,
appreciate it.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you, and I've been wanting to have you for a while. It worked out good today because Vegas Frank is indisposed, if you will, And I thought, what better time to have Mr. Webster on? He's a plethora of knowledge. Hey, man, we're going to talk a little bit of college basketball. We're going to talk because it's, March craziness is on its way, Mark. And then we're going to touch. You're going to give me some later on. Maybe you're going to give me a few sleepers, some guys maybe that weren't even at the combine. I don't know what you're going to tell me. I'm excited about it. We're going to touch on the NFL, but we're going to talk a little NBA. Things are starting to shape up, getting close to playoff time. But we're going to start with the Hilltoppers, man. I mean, a heartbreaker at North Texas.
Oh, yeah, without doubt, Brian. And the thing about this Hilltopper loss, this past yesterday was, of course it went to overtime, 78-72. And, unfortunately, Tavion, not able to complete those 2 free throws. But I believe that this game is going to light a fire in Western Kentucky University. Sometimes tough games like this brings the best out of leadership. It makes a brotherhood out of the team. And they already have a close brotherhood. So, they're going to be playing FIU, if I'm not mistaken, in Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up. So it's starting to shape out for Western. So I believe that losing to them was not the end of the world because they still have, the Conference USA tournament play and they can run the tables, which I believe possibly could happen. But it came at a perfect time. You have to have your back against the wall just a little bit just to see how close and what are you going to be willing to do to be able to come together, because coming off a 43-point, performance for Tavion and then having 22, last night, it's still an awesome performance. So This team, I believe that they're still in a great position, and they fought through adversity all year, and I believe that they will step up and they will make a way to be able to bounce back from that loss.
Yeah, and I was working the high school 4th region last night, and all I could do was just get snidbits and updates. And I saw that we were up with not too much to go, and we were up 4-5. And then all of a sudden, they drove it back in and tied it up. And then, like you said, I did see where he missed the front end of that, and I had to get up. And I came back, and I was informed that he had missed both of those free throws, which absolutely just breaks your heart. And it's just one of those things to where. These guys, they're under a lot of pressure, just like everybody else is under pressure, and they're not going to be perfect every time in and out. But the one thing about bonus play, Mark, doesn't really hurt us or help us. So it's one of those things to where I'm just glad they're getting a few extra games under their belt before the Conference USA tournament. I think that bodes well for us. I think we're going to probably I would hate to be FIU right now because we're going to be avenging a loss earlier in the season.
Oh yeah, without doubt, Brian. That's what I'm saying. They're going to be licking their lips and licking their chops, and they're going to be ready for the action, Brian.
I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love it. Well, good luck to the Hilltoppers. We like you said, man, you said it best right there. These guys have really gelled, and we're seeing the best out of them, and that's what I want. Win or lose, I want their best game out there, and all included, Stansbury, staff, everybody do their best, and they've been doing that. They've been doing that game in and game out. Losing a lot of close ones, a lot of overtime games. I mean, they never disappoint. You don't want to get up and go to the fridge if you're watching the Hilltoppers because you don't know you don't know what's going to happen. Well, that's good stuff. What about the college basketball scene? I mean, who's your top 4 right now, man?
Well, Brian, it's March, man, and it doesn't get better than March. We had leap year this year, so we were on our heels of the extra day in February. So now it's officially time to talk March Madness. Right now, I believe coming into yesterday, I had a whole different top 4, but today I'm gonna throw a top 4 at you that might kind of surprise you.
I like it.
So we're gonna have without doubt, I believe the Kansas Jayhawks, they are the 1 seed. You can't go against the Jayhawks. 8-0 on the road in Big 12 play, going into Baylor, taking on Baylor in a hostile environment. It doesn't get better than that. So, and number 2, I'm going to go to Zags. I believe the Zags, they're going to jump back up to number 2, despite Baylor losing to TCU. That's going to move Baylor down a little bit. And then I'm going to throw UK in. I'm going to throw UK in there at 3. I think UK is going to find a way to sneak up, and this is going to surprise everybody. I know the Dayton Flyers they're going crazy, and they've been performing really, really well. But I like Dayton in the top 4. So let me regroup and let me tell you the top 4. So I'm going to go Kansas. We're going to go Kansas, the Zags. Okay, Kansas, the Zags. Let's put Dayton at 3. I'll give Dayton at 3 just because they're 25-2, and then I'll throw and then I'll throw Duke in there. UK. I'm sorry, UK. So there's my 4, man. There's my 4.
I like it. I like it a lot, if you will. And you know what? There's definitely. I think there's about 8 or 9 swirling up there.
Yeah.
That could almost just plug in, to that top 4. But that's what makes this tournament so much fun, Mark. I mean, you never know. And a lot of these guys, just like a Kansas, as powerful as they are, depending on who they draw and who their second-round team, they got just as much chance getting upset as anybody in this thing. And that's what I love about the tournament. It'll be on top of us very, very soon. I'm excited about it. I like your 4. I'm going to save my 4 till next week, but mine hasn't changed much. And I've got 1 or 2 of those teams that you got. I don't know, these Baylor Bears, man, I don't know, they're kind of good.
Yeah, they are. Only having 2 losses on the season. They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
They are pretty good. But I believe Baylor's weakness is, the willing to defend the 3. They kind of struggle with that. And I believe we know how March can get. You find a team that can get high to the 3-point line. We have the Cinderella there.
That's very true. No, you're absolutely right, man, and that's what ends up happening in this thing. We see some absolute Goliaths go down by the sling of and a rock, and it happens, man, just like David in the Bible. Hey, let's move on to some NBA action. What's this thing shaping up? I mean, how do you think this is going? I mean, is it some of the same as last year? Are we going to see Toronto keep pushing? Are the Bucks going to overcome? I mean, what are you seeing?
This past weekend, I was able to really get a chance to get a glance at the NBA, and the NBA has not looked this exciting in a while.
Yeah, I agree.
I believe that it's open. It's open. Definitely in the Eastern Conference, because Milwaukee's sitting at 52-8. Toronto not too far at 42-18. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who would have thought with Kawhi Leonard leaving that they will still be up there and up for grabs? So, but I believe that it's starting to shape out that, like I said, it can really go either way. Philly still has a shot.
Yeah, you're right.
But Milwaukee, if I had to choose, I believe Milwaukee. They're my favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference. I believe Milwaukee. They're doing something special. With the Greek Freak and company.
Oh, yeah.
So I believe that they are. They're a special group. And then also shout out to George Hill, Indianapolis, Indiana native.
There you go.
Raw Ripple High School. Doing this thing with them. And I believe that the Bucks, though, they're out to prove something, But you can't sleep on Toronto.
No.
They play with energy. Their fans are, amazing. They bring energy, and they feed off their fans.
They do.
They definitely feed off their fans. So, but that's the Eastern Conference. Now, West, I believe that the LA Lakers, they've been kind of struggling as of late, and by struggling as of late, loss to Memphis was kind of surprising to me. John Morant, he really showed out. He definitely showed out. But in the end, I'm trusting the Lakers. I believe that the Clippers, they have a really solid team, and then you look at Denver sitting at 41-19. But do you really trust Denver in the 7-game series?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not trusting him. Like I said, I know you have Vegas, your Vegas guy do this, so I'm pretty sure he would say a lot of people that would put the money on Denver if I'm mistaken. So, give me the LA Lakers. I believe they're still out to prove something. And guess who they got riding with them, sitting down, looking on them. Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. They're gonna turn it up when it comes to the playoff time. So despite what they got going on, Brian, the LA Lakers, man, they're gonna be doing something. But then another seed I want you to take a look at is Memphis. Okay, they're sitting at 29-31, and then you have the Pelicans sitting at 26-34. That's something to keep an eye out on. We don't know if Memphis keeps winning, of course they'll lock up and get that 8 seed. But if for somehow the amazing Zion, who's been playing phenomenal,
he has,
this man has been playing phenomenal. Still credit, he's only played half a season, but I just think that if there's some way where Memphis goes down and start losing, and Zion makes a way to bring them into the playoffs, that's what everyone's looking for.
I love it.
That's what everyone's looking for. So that's my take on NBA.
I love it, Mark. You're listening to Vegas Frank featuring Mark Webster today on the LineX Hotline. You just first of all, I love the George the Animal Hill reference, and then this you touched on this Grizzlies. They got the Hawks tonight, like you said. Not much of a team in the Hawks. They're 19-43 this season. They've been struggling of late. Last couple of years, actually, they're the Hawks are favored in this one by 2. So not telling you to bet it, but I'll tell you what, man, if I was looking for one tonight, I would take the Grizzlies +2 against the Hawks for sure. Hey, we're going to move on real quick. We're going to touch on the NFL. April is the draft. I can't believe it's already here, Mark. Yeah. We've already slated to do our big show we do every year at Buffalo Wild Wings right there from the VIP in front of Greenwood Mall. We're going to be doing that again this year. Looking forward to that. Maybe we can get Mark Webster on for a few minutes on that thing. But man, let's talk a little bit about Vegas. Frank and I have been on this Brady thing since before it was a thing, and I got a feeling that we're probably honing in on this. But last week I dropped a bomb. He bought a house in Las Vegas. So do you think he's going to be a Raider, or do you think he's going to be a Patriot?
Now we're talking. We're cooking now. See, the interesting thing about this is, Brian, Tom Brady knows that wherever he goes, he can make an impact. And when you put Tom Brady on any team, they're going to have shots to win the Super Bowl. So what makes this interesting is I honestly believe, like, the conspiracy is there that Tom Brady really might become a Raider. Like it's really there. And
possibility.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
I would too.
I would definitely love to see it if there is a possibility where Tom Brady could put on a Raiders uniform and just change the culture of the NFL. Who would have thought?
No.
Who would have thought if
Never.
this happens that he would leave Belichick and he would leave all of his eggs to help this franchise and help build a new powerhouse. Because that would and we would see a Brady versus Mahomes. Oh man.
Yeah, that's another thing. All the new matchups, man. All the new matchups that will be sweet. He'll be playing against the teams he hasn't played much against, and we'll see if that happens. But I've been on this since before the NFL playoffs in 2019. I've been talking about Brady not going to be there, not going to be back as a Patriot. Once he becomes free agent. Good stuff right there. What about some other sleepers? You got a few sleeper guys that might show up in the draft, first, second, third round that we may not have a beat on right now. Mark, who you thinking? Who you seeing?
And this is I'm going to call this the Naptown feature.
I love it.
Because there are some guys.
Naptown feature. Here we go, dude.
Yeah. So the first guy is Levante Bellamy. Levante Bellamy out of Western Michigan.
Yes.
His speed and his tenacity, in the vertical jump, he was ranking top at the NFL Combine. So he was definitely able to go to the Combine and compete at that high level. Now, although that he might not be able to make it out of those early rounds, I believe that a team will be able to utilize his speed and put him in the slot and possibly even running back. He's a lot of kickoff returns. His versatility is there for an athlete himself. Another guy is a defensive player out of Syracuse University, Kendall Coleman. Kendall Coleman's very, very athletic. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the name, but he kind of reminds me of an Ndamukong Suh. His ability to get off the ball and be able to get,
nice.
He's got a couple good hits on Trevor Lawrence in his career. So I think Kendall Coleman, Levante Bellamy, and there's another guy that did not get invited to the NFL Combine, and I know because I personally talked to him. He has a chip on his shoulder.
I guarantee it.
James Gilbert, he's definitely going to make somebody's NFL roster, given the fact that he played at the MAC at Ball State University, and he was the all-leading rusher at the MAC as far as his rushing yards for Ball State. Then after he graduated from Ball State, he had 1 year of eligibility. He ended up taking his talents to Kansas State University this past year, being able to get gel right in with that offense, able to put up a decent amount of numbers, but still no invite to the NFL Combine. We all know that those are the type of success stories that motivate people and grind people, and those are the type of guys that are my sleepers. But then we have the names that everyone knows, like the Chase Youngs, the Burrows, and et cetera. So I'm excited to see what this draft is going to look like.
Same. I honestly, and correct me if you feel different on this, but I think this is going to be one of the better NFL drafts as a whole that we've seen in a long time.
Oh yes. And I believe that and I don't know if you've seen this. Jeff Aduka, he had a fall. He had a fall in one of the workouts, and he's obviously Ohio State's cornerback.
That's tough.
He's considered to be the best. He's the best cornerback available in this year's draft. So, I mean, let's monitor that to see his health and maybe he might fall to a team.
True.
You just never know what type of coach, what type of general managers might pass on him just because of an injury, and they're not sure what exactly is going on.
And that's happened before, and it's come back to bite some teams in history as well.
Oh.
Absolutely. Mark Webster right here, right now on the Sports Web debut today. Man, I loved having you. Tell everybody where they can follow you, Mark, because you're a great follow on Twitter and all the other social media.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks again, Brian. I really appreciate that. You guys can follow me on Twitter at extra_swaggy100.
Extra swaggy. That's what he's been today. He's turned on the swaggy for the Sports Web, and I appreciate it. He's in the industry. You finished up at Western yet?
No, I graduated in May.
You graduate in May, baby. You can find him over at WBKO doing all kinds of great things in the community and in the market. Big future ahead for Mark Webster, man. I appreciate you doing it today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Brian.
We'll be right back on the Sports Web. That was JBK Network Consulting's Vegas Frank. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 102.7.
In stores now, Pabst Grippo's Beef Jerky. We have taken the great Pabst Beef Jerky and married it with the iconic Grippo's Barbecue Seasoning. This is a marriage made in beef jerky heaven. The thin cut of Pabst Beef Jerky is dusted to perfection with Grippo's Seasoning. Once you try it, you will know no other beef jerky compares. So the next time you're headed on a road trip to the lake or your favorite golf course, be sure to have Pabst Beef Jerky fueling your outdoor lifestyle. PabstJerky.com. Ask for us at your local store.
Tired of overbooked municipal courses? Waiting for the group in front of you while the group behind you launches ballistics? Well, Willow Oaks Golf Club in Glasgow, Kentucky is ready to entertain you and your family all year long. This is an affordable private club with all the amenities. 18 majestic golfos with pristine greens and fairways, large swimming pool with separate children's pool, tennis courts, driving range, fitness center. Then unwind in the private oak bar or enjoy amazing food choices perfect for weddings or corporate events. This will be your home away from home. Visit willowoaksgolf.com or better yet, set up a tour and discover the best kept secret in South Central Kentucky.
Play like winners, act like winners. You put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best that you can be. In my book, we're going to be winners.
You will all get better. You'll get better because you make each other better.
It's time for the Coach's Pick, brought to you by Oak Tree Awards and Recognition at 318 Morgantown Road in Bowling Green. Oak Tree Awards and Recognition, more than sports trophies. Call 270-843-6024.
Welcome back to the Sports Web. One of my favorite times of the week. It's the Coach's Pick. I got him birthday boy today. Coach Damon Tabor, owner, proprietor, Oak Tree Awards and Recognition, 318 Morgantown Road. More than just trophies. Got him on the Line X hotline. Coach, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. And it's nothing like going to Dill Arena on your birthday and watching girls basketball.
It is a picturesque made in heaven birthday for you today, and going to get to see some great action. Logan County, Metcalf, and then we've got those Trojan Nets taking on the Warnies Lady Raiders. Maybe game of the week. You never know.
Well, we saw two good ball games last night.
Yeah, we did.
Russell County Lakers come from down and just fought. And
they did.
Star Markham came up with a late seconds field goal and free throws, and they pulled the win out over Glasgow. So that was great. And of course, and Bowling Green won easily over Russellville. So
yep, that was.
Well,
I'll tell you what,
matchup.
Russellville showed they're going to be a lot better in the next few years. They got some talent on that team. That was
yes.
I enjoyed watching that resurgence of the Panthers.
I pulled the roster up. They don't have a senior in the ball club.
Wow.
So
that's a very good outlook for them.
Yes.
Well, Coach, your birthday, on your birthday, we're delivering the Coach's Pick, and we're going to Dill Arena, which I don't know if we could have made it any better. But I wanted to say you've got a regular season, our finale of Coach's Pick for the regular season. Who did you go with, Coach?
Going with Megan Uni at Greenwood, a guard.
Yeah.
She played point guard. She played off guard, senior. And I've seen, of course, Greenwood play several times. And I really like her. She did a good job in the district. And so we decided with her last pick that we were going with her.
Coach, I think that's great and good. Congratulations to that young lady Gator. Great to finish the season up with a regular season Coach's Pick for her. That's really great. While I got you here for a couple minutes, let's talk a little bit about these games tonight. What do you think people are going to see in that first game? Logan County Lady Cougars and the Metcalf Lady Hornets were pretty good.
Yes, they're really good. They've done a good job all year. They come in here second. They come into Diddle with a 11-15 record, but that's kind of misleading.
Yeah.
Because they beat Russell County during the year, and then Russell County came back and beat them in the district finals. But the district finals, the score was 79-71.
Yeah, pretty good.
So they put some points on the board.
They did.
Logan is 15-16. Van Zandt twins are guard.
Yep.
And Nichols is forward. So if they're having a good night, it should be a good ball game.
It should be.
Yeah. And then Barron County, they've had some good games all year. Got one of the best players in the region.
Bertram is really good.
Yeah, thank you. I went blank. And they've had a couple other young ladies who really showed up. Delk had 28 in the championship game there.
Yes, she did.
And then Warren East, 18-10. Good record.
Yes, it is.
Had a heck of a comeback against South Warren in the semifinals in the district.
It's awesome.
And fought and came out and won that game in overtime. And Lucy Patterson's had a great year.
She sure has.
So that's, if Warren East is shooting the ball well, that's a ball game.
Yep.
It really is.
You're right. I think it will be a ball game.
I expect to see two good ball games.
I do too, and that brings us into tomorrow night. Of course, we'll have the boys' action. It's just a fun-filled week at 4th Region, and I can't think of anybody I'd rather spend it with than you, Coach, and happy birthday to you, and we appreciate the coach's pick. And we'll get that you're going to give us your 4 district leaders, and you're also going to give us your player of the year next week. That's very exciting.
Yeah, we decided to do something a little different this year, and we're going to each district, and we're going to pick a player in each district for the basically district tournament, and then we'll pick a player of the year.
I cannot wait. Coach's pick. Check him out over there, Morgantown Road, OaktreeAwards.com. Coach, appreciate you, buddy.
All right, see you tonight.
We'll see you tonight. Stick around. Be right back. Sports Web 102.7.
You said we're a team. One person struggles, and we all struggle. One player triumphs, we all triumph, right?
It's time for Culver's High School Basketball Player of the Week. Visit Culver's, 4903 Scottsville Road, for some delicious burgers.
Thanks for coming on back to the Sports Web. We've been doing it for years. Culver's High School Basketball Player of the Week takes me to Allen County, Scottsville, and I like to call him MS-12 because he wears Tom Brady's number. Mason Shirley just lighting a fire here of late. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing. Just doing a little schoolwork.
Yeah, it's that time of day, and I appreciate it. Thanks for getting out of class and chatting with me. I would try to get up there, but I couldn't. I'd rather do it in person, but sometimes I got to do it like this on the Linex hotline. Linex Bedliners. Roger, Gina, get over there. Louisville Road, Porter Pike, get the bed of that truck taken care of. First of all, let's close out this district tourney that just happened, man. I mean, here you guys are, 4th Region. It's been a little while, I think, since you guys have been there. So that's one good thing. But this team is just, with the Owen Stampers, Jax Coopers, Michael Smith, who's just a maniac. It's just good to see you guys getting it clicking here at the right time. And we won't talk too much about 4th Region, but let's talk about this Glasgow and this Barron County game. First of all, you've dropped 25 and 30 respectively. What's happened, man? You just had it clicking. Describe it in your words, man. Take me through it. What's the morale like? I mean, just give it all to me, Mason.
It's been great. The last few games, I've been really feeling it, and it goes all to my teammates, for finding me and just making sure they're setting good screens and, just get me the ball.
Man, that's absolutely very well put. And it's not like you don't do some of it on your own. You're leading the team in rebounds per game, a little over 5 boards. You're shooting it really, really well, 46% from the field. And, when you take those threes, you're 37, 38%. That's really good numbers. But like you said, man, you got other guys helping you out there. And what's been the team drive here? Are you guys just wanted to get all you could out of this season, it looks like?
Oh, yeah. Our motto is empty the tank. And I thought, even though we lost to Barron County, I thought we did empty the tank. Going to the third quarter, gave up a 17-3 lead, and we could have easily lost that game by 25 to 30 points. But we fought back, and it just shows a lot about this team and the heart we have.
And let's give credit where it's due. Barron County Trojans, man, they are a solid team, and like you said, you guys had them 17-3. That was pretty amazing out of the gate right there. But you might see that team again. I think you'd probably like to see them again.
Oh yeah, we would love to see them again. I mean, they're a very solid, disciplined team. Warren is a great coach.
Oh yeah.
Ty, I mean, he sends so many things at you as an offensive player that it's hard to conquer his scheme sometimes.
No, I get
They're
it.
a very solid team, and the best of luck to him in the 4th region.
Man, that's very mature of you, sir, and it shows why Mason Shirley getting this award. He got it all on the court and off the court. Man, I tell you, and we'll go back to your skipper, your captain, your guy in charge, and Brad Bonds. I mean, he's what's his message been after district tourney leading up to 4th region?
Oh, his message has just been, I mean, keep believing. When we started playing the Glasgow game, he told us, he's like, if you don't believe we can win, we won't.
That's right.
And we went into that game knowing that we had a shot and we thought we were going to win. I mean, even we were down 9 with 4 minutes to go in the game and come back and get that big win. And it's just because we all believe in each other and we have faith that we're going to make that play.
If you don't believe it, you can't do it, Mason, you know?
Yes, sir.
Dude, that's great. And I got to enjoy you on TV this year. That was fun. And now I'm getting to talk to you on the Sports Web here. Great venue on ESPN, Bowling Green's only sports station. Culver's Butterburgers on Scottsville Road right there, man. We'll give you an awesome plaque. Oak Tree Awards puts together, and I'll see you at 4th Region, and after the game we'll hook up with that. But, man, best of luck to you and the Patriots. And tell me, this year, what has been the most special game that stands out, regular season, postseason, whatever? What game stands out to Mason?
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. I would have to say either one, the Glasgow game at Glasgow or the district tournament game here against Glasgow. That was a big one for us.
That was a big one, and what a game! You showed up big time, and a lot of guys did, and man, I think I'll be seeing some of the rest of that in 4th Region, Mason Shirley, number 12.
I hope so.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck at EA Diddle, and man, thanks for receiving this Culver's Award. You totally deserve it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Sports Web, ESPN 1027, 1027.com.
Boy, Earl, I sure am glad you're driving us to the hunting spot this year.
Uh-huh.
Say, Earl, it's mighty cold out today. Did you ever upgrade to a carrier like I told you to?
Nah, I still got one of them others.
Huh. Well, I hope you trust it, because later on this evening when we get done hunting, I'll be back at the house curled up in my recliner with a nice big glass of buttermilk and my feet up. Roasty, toasty warm.
My heater's fine.
You better hope so, because if it ain't, Luann's going to be blowing your phone up here soon.
I ain't worried about Luann, buddy. Yeah.
Earl, where on earth are you at? I am at home. This heater is busted, and I'm freezing my piggies off. Get home right now.
All right.
Now, Earl, I can see you're mad, and I ain't happy about this neither, because now we ain't going to get to go hunting, but you should have turned to the experts and upgraded a carrier like I told you. Your comfort is their concern, Cat Daddy, not call.
You quiet now.
All right.
Bowling Green Refrigeration, Heating, and Cooling. Servicing Carrier and all others. 270-782-5391.
Get spring break ready with Luxury Imports of Bowling Green. Wherever you're headed, there's room for everyone in the 2020 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 SUV, now with special manufacturer lease deals for a limited time. But who needs the beach? Look oh so cool in a car that's nothing but hot when you drop the top in a 2020 BMW Z4, redesigned for a new decade of performance. Southern Kentucky's Mercedes-Benz and BMW dealer, Luxury Imports of Bowling Green, 325 Three Springs Road, luxuryimportsofbowlinggreen.com.
Tired of overbooked municipal courses? Waiting for the group in front of you while the group behind you launches ballistics? Well, Willow Oaks Golf Club in Glasgow, Kentucky is ready to entertain you and your family all year long. This is an affordable private club with all the amenities. 18 majestic golf holes with pristine greens and fairways, large swimming pool with separate children's pool, tennis courts, driving range, fitness center. Then unwind in the private oak bar or enjoy amazing food choices perfect for weddings or corporate events. This will be your home away from home. Visit willowoaksgolf.com, or better yet, set up a tour or discover the best kept secret in South Central Kentucky.
How's everything taste tonight, folks?
Excellent.
How was your chicken tonight?
It's excellent. Where was it raised?
As a chef, it's important to know where your food comes from. That's why we buy local and Kentucky-raised food.
We're the Settles family from Owensboro, Kentucky.
We produce poultry for families all over the state.
And we're proud of the products that we produce. If you're buying a chicken that came from our farm, you're getting an excellent quality product. Some of the best you'll find in the case.
A lot of your local restaurants feature our poultry products. We are a Kentucky farm family.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Sponsored by the Kentucky Poultry Federation and the Kentucky Agricultural Development Fund.
You're playing golf and you're going to like it.
Time to go home there, boss.
I can make it across.
Well, then do it.
We got all of that.
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me.
Knock it on. Let her rip.
It's in the hole. By the way, what did Mr. Webb shoot this morning?
It's time for Gary on the Green. Gary on the Green is brought to you by Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill on Old Louisville Road and online at bowlinggreenfireplace.com. Call 270-495-1131.
On the Line X hotline, I've got him, Coach Adam Gary, Hilltoppers, Lady Golf. He's doing it and doing it well and has been for quite a few years. What's up, Coach?
Not much, just finishing up our match, Battle of the Bluegrass against University of Louisville out at Old Stone. So I wanted to give a shout-out to Old Stone and Kevin Childers and his staff for having us this week. We really enjoyed it, even though we didn't play our best. The Lady Cards got the best of us, but we didn't shoot bad scores, though. Honestly, they just came out on top. And that's how it goes sometimes, I guess.
That's exactly how it goes, and whether it's collegiate golf or you and your buddy, it's just the way it is. In the game of golf. Hey, we're probably going to skip a little bit of a tip today because first I want to talk to you about the Hilltoppers. I mean, bonus play, I think we've done fine. I mean, very close games. Last night's game hurt a little bit simply because we had it wrapped up. But
I know. I felt sorry for Tavion on that one, man. Shoot, that's a tough one, and the officiating was pretty tight. They let them bang us around a little bit. So
that's a nice way to put it, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, we have our chances, honestly, and then I just think that's going to motivate them just every bit more when we do face them in the tournament coming up.
You're absolutely right. I think it was good fuel for the fire, and I would hate to be FIU right now, but yeah, man, once we get in this conference tournament, I think we'll get a little rest early, and then I wouldn't want to see us coming if I was the other side, man, because these guys have got it clicking. I'm looking forward to it, but I wanted to touch on it real quick. Now, listen, you all are taking on your second really big collegiate match. This was a one-off with the Lady Cardinals, but tell us about this upcoming tournament.
Yeah, so we got our spring break coming up. We leave on Friday to go down to play University of North Florida. So we will tee it up with them Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then we're going to stick around and go out to the Players' Championship and watch a practice round on Wednesday. Maybe get to see Tiger a little bit in Ponte Vedra at Sawgrass.
Wow.
So, yeah, fun to be on spring break, right? I got a job that still gets spring break.
Man, isn't that great?
So then we leave from Jacksonville to go down to Tampa, where I host our tournament the following weekend.
That's awesome.
We've got a busy stretch. I'm going to be on the road for 12 or 13 days here coming up, but
we'll
but
probably
yeah, it's going to be nice to be in some sun.
You're absolutely right, and I'll be jealous. But I'll probably get to get the Gary McCord voice and the Jim Nance. We sound like Jim Nance and Gary McCord when you're on the course, so I look forward to that. Anybody showing? Who had the best showing at Old Stone?
Yeah, Mary Joyner was low for us score-wise. It was a match play tournament.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, but it was an interesting format. So it was medal match play. So you actually putted everything out, but the way it was set up points-wise, it was a match play tournament. But, yeah, Mary led the way with a 73. Bailey Tyree had a 75. Olivia Reed and Sarah Arnold 76s, and Megan Clark had an 80. So we didn't shoot bad scores. It's just line item by line item. Their number one shot 69, and then it just, Bailey was one down, so she shot 74. It was just one or two shots here or there, and that was the difference for us. But it was a good match, and obviously some good competition that I think is obviously going to help us for this upcoming week.
Very, very good. I know Willow Oaks is in really good shape right now, even though we've had all that rain. I would probably guess Old Stone as well is in good shape.
Yeah, it was really nice, and we were lucky to get some sun for a change, even though I think this week looks like rain like 3 or 4 days in a row. But we got a little bit of sun, so we were fortunate from that. But yeah, everything is always nice out there, so we were very fortunate to be able to go out and play.
It's funny. It's kind of like we know what it's like to be a golfer in Seattle.
That's what it feels like this spring. I mean, this rain has just been unbelievable. So hopefully it doesn't follow us to Florida, and we can maybe actually get more than one day in a row.
I don't think it will.
Rain.
I don't think it will. We lucked up Saturday. You got some decent weather. They were calling for an awful day, bookended between two really nice days, and I didn't understand that. And we actually spoke on the phone about that, but then turned around, and it did turn out well, and I was glad to see that. Before I let you get out of here, first of all, good luck on your upcoming leg of tournaments, and good luck to the Lady Tops. But second of all, I don't know that it'll finish this way because seeding is sometimes different, and they may have to play each other in the semis. But in my opinion, La Tech and WKU are the top seed teams, should be. They're both better than North Texas, I believe. Do you feel like we're going to either see North Texas or La Tech in the championship finals?
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if we see either of those teams. That La Tech team is they're big and physical and very talented team also. So they are good.
They really are.
But that's where I don't know. This team just has some fight in it. They just refuse to give up. We just need to get a little bit of rest because these overtimes and then obviously the travel to Dallas and things can kind of take them out of you. So we just get our legs back underneath us, and I think we'll be fine.
Coach Adam Gary, and if they want to find some cool Hilltopper gear for the golf bag, where do they look for that at, Adam?
Yeah, just reach out to me through Twitter or on social media with Instagram, WKU Women's Golf, and we can get our alumni taken care of.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to get me a cool putter head cover here pretty soon. Coach Adam Gary, good luck, buddy. Talk to you next Tuesday, or next Monday, rather. I keep forgetting on Mondays.
Perfect. Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back. Actually, we're going to wrap it up right there. You can listen to the Lady Raiders tonight. About 7:30, I think the broadcast will kick on. Appreciate everybody listening and all involved. Sports Webb, ESPN 102.7.